Hello and welcome to my new tutorial about how to add interactive fields to an existing form. Minnesota Fraud Enforcement have granted me permission to use one of their form, and I will help them make the form interactive and submittable. In the first tutorial I will just add basic fields and publish it to our online service. Here we will add text fields. We start by selecting the text field and then double-click where it should be added. You will have to add the name of the field because these fields will be displayed in a table when you view new submission online. So then you see who had entered what in which field. I enter last name. Try to use only alphabetic characters and use unique names. And close. We can place a field and make it fit. So it looks something like this. If you drag the field while holding Ctrl key down, you can copy the field like this. Double-click to change the name. And I'm using Acrobat 8 for this tutorial. If you're lazy, you can select as many fields as you wish to copy them. Select the first field, hold down Ctrl key, select the second field, and then drag the fields while you hold down the Ctrl key. And try to place it correctly. And you will have to change the names here. I think it's faster to just create the fields and worry about the field names later. Remember, you have the field tool selected. So if you want to create a new field, you just double click. So you don't have to go to the toolbar every time you want to create a field. Just double click and it will work. If you do some mistake, you don't have to worry about that because you can select the edit menu option and click the undo menu choice. You can use the up, down, left, right cursor keys to make a more precise fit of the fields. Hold down Ctrl key and use the cursor keys. Then you can change the size of the fields like this. Notice that there is one problem with copying fields by dragging, and that is when you have a new page and drag from the first page to the second page. For example, I select this one and drag it to the next page and it will just stop in a separator. So we can undo this change and create a new field. In this section we have yes and no choices, and the radio buttons are good to use for that purpose. To choose radio buttons, you click here, and you will have to remove the squares. I will show you why. So we place a radio button by double clicking. And then find a good position like that. So to try this form, you select the hand, and this is how it looks without the field selection tool. And you see the corner of the square peeking out. And if you try to use the radio button to hide the square, it will be too close to the Y character. So we remove the radio button and then select the Touch Up Object tool. This tool can be a little bit tricky to select the right object. So if you try to select just the square here, it will select all the graphic that it thinks belong to this selection. Click outside to the select and try to exactly click on the line of the square, and it will select the square. Press the delete key and do the same with the next square. I will continue with this form in the next part.